Hey everybody, running a couple days late this week. Wasn't feeling great, and anybody who has celiac disease knows why. It really is a pain in the backside. Wasn't feeling great, feeling better, didn't have a drink all weekend, but gonna have an after drink today because I deserve one after getting home from work. It's crazy work. Crazy work. Well, hope everybody had a good St. Patrick's Day. I certainly did. Drank some Jameson, hung out at the house, corned beef and cabbage, some gluten-free Irish soda bread, which was dynamite. But I tell you what, I did wake up Thursday morning and I felt culturally appropriated. I felt dirty that people were violating my culture. Then I took a couple of ibuprofens, sweated it out, took a shower, and I realized it was probably just a hangover. Cheers for everybody culturally appropriating St. Patrick's Day. Again, unbelievable. Now, last week, I don't know if you noticed, but Saturday was National Happiness Day. How did they put National Happiness Day for a man in Women's Celebration Month? Doesn't make much sense to me, especially if you're married and it falls on a weekend. Doesn't seem to make any sense. So, the Oscars are coming up this weekend. I believe it's this week. The Oscars are coming up, and they are celebrating the diversity in the nominations. Celebrating the diversity. You know what they're not telling you? They changed the rules. So the only way you can be nominated is if you have the diversity. So how do we know these are the best people nominated? I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Now we're just checking off boxes while we're making movies to address social injustice. I don't want my movies addressing social injustice. I just want my movies entertaining. Is this really a unique concept? I want to watch a movie that are now 2 hours, 3 hours, and just be entertained. I don't want to think about social justice and how this movie is addressing it. Just give me some good acting. I don't care what race, color, gender. I don't care. I just want to be entertained because I don't want to think about social justice. I want a movie. They did say they're not talking about politics this year. Wonder what changed over there. However, over there in Hollywood, they're still canceling. They are canceling the episodes of Star Trek where Kirk dressed up as a Nazi. Well, and I can't say that loud because now, even on YouTube, you get cut if you say that word. Really, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, but Sharon Stone just came out. Sharon Stone, Basic Instinct was her first movie, and what was she famous for? What did everybody see? That leg uncrossing scene. Now she's coming out 100 years later saying she was tricked. How were you tricked not to wear underwear? I want to know what that trick is. I haven't figured out that trick. A trick? How to get a trick? Can you imagine tricking a woman not wearing underwear? Moron. It's just unbelievable. Now, the social injustice, there was a cop down south who shot a woman who happened to be a woman of color after she shot him 2 times. I don't understand what we're looking for justice for. She shot the cop 2 times. She was shot. She should have been in the car doing a bullet dance as soon as the first shot fired. In fact, as soon as she pulled out the gun, he shouldn't have said, drop the gun. She should have been dancing around bullets like in an old Western doing this. Insanity. What is the world coming to? How many times does an officer need to get shot before it's okay that he shoots back? My answer is 0. As soon as he shoots wait, that's not the white supremacy sign. That means okay or 0. I just want to clarify. You pull out a gun, you earn the shooting. Simple as that. It was earned. It was an earned shooting. Then, here at home, I ever tell you that my wife is an expert problem solver. She solves problems like nobody's business. She solves problems that aren't even problems. For example, in my sock and underwear drawer, I have one drawer, everything just gets thrown in there. It was a problem that they weren't separated, so she bought me bins. Bins that don't fit and just make my life more difficult. And once I say it, that's a problem. So I'm trying not to say it. I think I need to classify her as a domestic terrorist, and I can understand how men murder their wives or how wives murder their men. I understand it because the insanity of it all. Can you imagine problem solving? The other one was the closet wasn't closing, so she took inventory of the jackets. And it was one of my 4 jackets that wasn't letting the closet close. It wasn't her 17. It was my 4. That's again, I don't understand any of it. I don't understand any of it. Oh, did read an article saying that squirrels make bad pets. Really? I could have told you that I got 2 squirrels. I wouldn't want these guys to be pets. No way. Now, Cuomo, they just keep coming out. The last one is a little interesting. She accused him of sexually harassing her for oogling. Oogling. Now, oogling is sexual harassment. I've oogled, you've oogled, men have oogled, females have oogled. We really are human beings. We are ooglers. We've all oogled. Don't agree with this one. I do think he should be in jail, but not for this. He's probably done some other things. But oogling? Then we have Deshaun Watson down in Texas, who's accused of the sexual harassment of abuse. He's got a new hobby of getting these massages and having the tip of his manhood pop out. Don't understand how that happens either. I've got a lot of massages. The tip of my manhood has never popped out. That remains captive. Doesn't come out. It really is. It really is crazy. But the one that really confuses me, there's a local teacher here who is just suspended under investigation of sexual abuse and harassment because he had students stepping and sitting on him as he lay on a bed of nails. And these students felt sexually abused or harassed. Did his tip come out? Not really sure. The story was a little vague. Do I think it's weird that he would do this? Yes. But was it sexual? I don't know. Write it off as weird, but apparently sexual abuse. This is definitely a hobby, the guy, the bed of nails. I don't know anymore. What can you really say? What can you really say? Getting back to my wife for a second. She's working with some kids, and they were looking at pictures, and what is the plural of platypus? And one of the kids said platypussies. Now, allegedly, she asked the kid to use in a sentence. I got a couple sentences. Like, hey, you platypussies look beautiful. Why don't you come down here and sit on my low rider? Maybe my tip will come out. Who knows? Platypussies. Can you imagine? I come up with platypussy sentences all day. I bet you can too. Now, in a world of the bizarre, have you tried prayer? Because there is an African priest, a black man, African priest, who is credited with giving 6 inches to a male. Have you tried prayer? Apparently works. No vacuums needed. You just need an African priest. Old man, if I had his number, I'd give it to you because you're all very vain. You think it's very important. I don't know. That's a little funny though. I do have this question. When did calling someone a liar become a racist comment? Not really sure about that one, but apparently, if you call someone a liar, it's racist. And if you defend the person calling them a liar, you're racist too. Like Sharon Osbourne. Apparently, she's 68 years old, married to Ozzy, which she's rich beyond belief, but she also deserves a medal to be married to this lunatic. Apparently, after all these years, she comes out as a racist because she was defending her friend's freedom of speech. I don't really know what he said, but I know it was a barrage of statements saying he doesn't believe Make America. So, the question is, what if the white half was lying? Not really sure. She's a biracial, so half is white. That could have been the lying part. Yeah, not sure. World is going crazy. Now, self-help with Angry Mac. How do you kick your 22-year-old son out of the house? Right ass. Tell him to go out. He comes home. Everything's on the street. Not a problem. This really isn't a question. I don't understand why this keeps coming up and why it's answered with such tact. Get him out. Not a problem. 22 years old, bum, out of the house. Now, the other one I found very interesting, and I can only imagine the answer that she gave. But you're dating somebody for 3 months. The sex is great, so you want it to work out. And that was her opening line. But now they don't really get along. They're always fighting, and they need to go to therapy. Hey, sister, my question to you, or my statement to you and advice is, get out of this relationship. Find somebody else. If you're already going to therapy after 3 months, is the sex really worth it? Better be some great sex. Come on, is this really how you want to live your life? And the immortal words of Joe Biden. Come on, man. No. Now, I did see a couple of interesting commercials this week. The first commercial I saw was about adult diapers for men. And the tagline was, I'm going to read it for you. Our diapers will teach you how to be free. We will set men free. Freedom from what? Ridicule? Urine? I don't know. Free from what? Free from underwear? Jeans? Can you imagine? To set you free. Wear the diapers. You'll be free. I have an idea. Have a drink. Set you free. Now, the other commercial was about an itching body part. You can only imagine what the body part is. But if your genitalia itches, you shouldn't need an advertisement to go see a doctor. Just saying. Now, very short one today, nothing big, nothing crazy this week. What I have to tell you, they're concerned about New York and they want to know where the money will go when the marijuana is allowed to be sold. I know where to go. The Cuomo Defense Fund. He's going to run it all because he's going to need it to defend from his hobby. Sorry I was late this week. It was a long week, wasn't feeling great, still not tip-top. Hope you enjoyed, got a laugh or two. Now remember, go out, find somebody you love, give them a hug. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. My grandfather's still hanging in there in the rehab. It's amazing. This coronavirus isn't killing this old bugger. Love the guy. Now, give somebody a hug. I love you. Cheers.